Assalamu alaikum. 6 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Farzana Khan. First, the headlines. Prime Minister has urged all stakeholders, including ulama, to place supplement efforts to control mushroom growth in population. Foreign Minister has underscored the importance of Pakistan, China, Afghanistan trilateral cooperation for peace and economic prosperity. Cabinet Committee on Energy has decided to maintain existing low rates of liquefied petroleum gas to provide maximum relief to common man. Railways Minister says a new track of over 1,700 kilometers will soon be laid between Karachi and Peshawar to enhance the speed of train. In occupied Kashmir, Joint Resistance Leadership has strongly condemned Indian forces' crackdown on pro-freedom leaders and activists to prevent them from observing Human Rights Week. Russia has dismissed U.S. claims that it is violating a major Cold War treaty on mid-range nuclear arms. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan says a comprehensive campaign will be launched on population control in media to inform the people of the problems associated with rising population and its impact on environment. Addressing one-day symposium on alarming growth in population in Islamabad this evening, he said a strong political will is required to tackle the issue of mushrooming growth in population. He said education and technology will be used to control population. Imran Khan urged all stakeholders, including ulama, to play their role in this effect. He said mosques should spearhead this message. He said everyone will be taken on board on this important national issue. The Prime Minister said population growth rate is also linked with increased burden on environment. He said the forests have been brutally cut down, leading to rising temperatures in many parts of the country. Earlier in his address, Chief Justice Mia Saqib Nisar said the rapid rate of population is putting immense stress on our limited resources. He said essential resources like water are already facing pressure due to increased use by expanding population. He lamented that no attention was paid to build dams for the last 40 years. Mia Saqib Nisar said, we have to promote the better usage of water in the country to meet the requirements of burgeoning population. Addressing the symposium on population control in Islamabad today, Secretary National Health Services Zahid Saeed said a nationwide campaign to highlight the issue of population control will be started in cooperation with all provinces soon. He said a number of meetings were held on the issue and the provinces have also given their recommendations on controlling the population. Prime Minister Imran Khan has reiterated Pakistan's abiding interest in achieving peace and reconciliation in Afghanistan through political settlement. He was talking to the U.S. Secretary of State, Special Representative for Afghanistan Reconciliation, Zalmay Khalilzad, who called on him in Islamabad today. Recalling his long personal commitment to the cause of peace in the region, the Prime Minister welcomed President Trump's letter and the U.S. assurance to work with Pakistan on this shared objective. Imran Khan also emphasized the importance of intensifying regular engagement on priority areas in bilateral context, particularly trade, investment, education, health, and social sector development. Talking to National Security Advisor to Prime Minister of Japan, Kentaro Sonora, in Islamabad today, Prime Minister Imran Khan said Pakistan looks forward to greater level of cooperation with Japan, particularly in the area of trade, investment, infrastructure, and human resource development. The Prime Minister encouraged Japanese investment in Pakistan, which has immense economic potential, having young population and unexplored mineral wealth. Acknowledging the importance of Japan as a development and investment partner, Imran Khan expressed satisfaction over the cordial relations between the two countries. National Security Advisor to the Prime Minister of Japan, Kentaro Sonoro, also called on Army Chief General Qamar Javed Bajwa at GHQ in Rawalpindi today. During the meeting, matters of mutual interest, including bilateral security cooperation and overall regional situation, were discussed. Kentaro Sonora expressed full support of his government for peace in Afghanistan through political reconciliation. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi has underscored the importance of trilateral cooperation among Pakistan, China, and Afghanistan for peace, connectivity, mutual development, and economic prosperity. He was addressing a ceremony to distribute books, school bags, stationery, and winter clothing among 200 Afghan refugee children in Islamabad today. The Foreign Minister highlighted the generous hospitality extended by the people of Pakistan to their Afghan brethren and sisters during the last 4 decades. He said Pakistan has ensured education facilities to the Afghan refugees at par with its own citizens and will continue to invest in education of the refugee children as it is the real investment for a prosperous future of Afghanistan. This is Radio Pakistan giving you the news. President Dr. Arif Alvi has emphasized further strengthening of trade and economic relations between Pakistan and Morocco. Talking to Ambassador of Morocco, Mohammed Karmoun, in Islamabad today, he said regular exchange of trade and business delegation is of pivotal importance in this regard. The president said the volume of bilateral trade between the two countries is below its true potential, which needs to be increased. The Cabinet Committee on Energy has decided to maintain existing low rates of liquefied petroleum gas to provide maximum relief to the common man. The decision was taken at a meeting of the committee chaired by Petroleum Minister Ghulam Sarwar Khan in Islamabad today. The committee also decided to suspend import of furnace oil. It was also decided that oil refineries will function at their full capacity for the time being. A task force headed by Babar Nadeem was formed to address problems of oil refineries. Railways Minister Sheikh Rashid Ahmed says a new track of over 1,700 kilometers will soon be laid between Karachi and Peshawar to run trains at a speed of up to 160 kilometers per hour. Talking to media after inaugurating Operation Theatre at Railways Hospital, Rawalpindi today, he said it will squeeze the travel time between Rawalpindi and Karachi to just 8 hours. The minister said if the curve between Jhelum and Gujar Khan is addressed, then the train will reach Lahore from Rawalpindi in less than 3 hours. In occupied Kashmir, the Joint Resistance Leadership has strongly condemned the crackdown operations launched by the Indian forces on pro-freedom leaders and activists to prevent them from observing the Human Rights Week in the territory. The resistance leadership, comprising Sayyid Ali Gilani, Mirwais Umar Farooq, and Muhammad Yasin Malik, in a statement in Srinagar said the Human Rights Week is being observed to draw the attention of the world community towards the grave human rights violations by Indian troops in the occupied territory. Russia has dismissed U.S. claims that it is violating a major Cold War treaty limiting mid-range nuclear arms. This was stated by Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova in Moscow after U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo yesterday declared Russia in material breach of the Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty. She said the United States produced no proof to support its position. She described the treaty as a cornerstone of global stability and international security. Earlier, Pompeo said during a meeting with fellow NATO foreign ministers that the U.S. would withdraw from the deal within 60 days if Moscow does not dismantle missiles that Washington say violate the treaty. NATO said it was now up to Russia to save the treaty. And now hockey. In the Men's Hockey World Cup at Bhubaneswar in India, match between Germany and the Netherlands is underway. In another match, Pakistan will take on Malaysia at 6:30 p.m. And now cricket. On the third day of third and last cricket test at Abu Dhabi against Pakistan, New Zealand in their second innings were 24 for the loss of 2 wickets a short while ago. Earlier, Pakistan in their first innings were all out at 348, taking a lead of 75 runs against New Zealand's first innings. And finally, the weather report. Mainly cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 24 hours. However, rain with light snowfall over the hills is likely to prevail at a few places in Gilgit-Baltistan and Kashmir, while foggy conditions are expected at isolated places in Gujranwala, Sargodha, Faisalabad, Lahore, Multan, DG Khan, Sahiwal, Bahawalpur and DI Khan divisions during morning and night hours. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.